There it goes. Sorry for the delay there. I was a little delayed as I was figuring out how to shut off the music. All right, everyone. It is Tuesday, and don't Tuesdays come super fast? Weeks are going by so quickly. A lot of very, very intense energies out there, but do you notice there's a positive upswing? And for those of you who don't notice that, it's happening. There's a lot of good happening on this planet. And I know sometimes it's a bit hard for the sensitive ones that are feeling everything. I get it. I can dip into it. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so heavy. But then there's so much good, and that's what I focus on every day. I focus on the good. And I know there's people who are in some turmoil, but I don't look at them as in turmoil. When I look at someone, and no matter how badly they present, I see them there in their magnificence, because what I want to do is pull them there, right? Because if I focus on what I'm seeing, well, I'm just creating that same thing. I don't want to create that for them. I'm going to create them in a timeline or a reality where they are at their best. So we're all in this together. It is a collective ascension process. It is a personal one. And that is why there's so many people having so much turmoil within, because they're really making that decision. What do I want? So here we are on a call, the So Brilliant group healing call. It's been happening for 3 years now. And we're doing them every Tuesday because the need is there. I get a lot of calls from people saying, hey, I feel out of sorts. And I get it. Sometimes so do I. But I look forward to these calls because the amount of love that comes through is so intense that sometimes it brings tears to my eyes. And for those of you who might be feeling it, can feel those tingles of love. It's like you're getting this blanket of this beautiful, beautiful energy that just loves us so much. Actually, last night I couldn't sleep. I had this tremendous amount of energy running through my body. I'm like, what is this? I was hyper. It's now 2 in the morning. I'm like, I really need to go to sleep. And I couldn't sleep. So I just sat there talking and saying how much I appreciate this. And I just listed everything that I appreciate, from the fact that I have internet and warm water and hot water in the house and cozy sheets to sleep in and a safe place to be and food in my fridge and the littlest things, and for my hair and my healthy body and the ability to talk. Although I've been going through something with my throat chakra, I've been doing this really intense meditation. I'm doing this, we offer this healing journey, and these new downloads come through my partner for these meditations. And I'm given them to test them out. And as I'm testing them out, the vibration gets more intense. I've been on this one for a while, and since I started it, my throat, my vocal cords have just been like clearing and clearing. I'm not sick, but I can feel the energy just working on the vocal cords. And I go, I've been working on myself for 15 years, and I still have healing to do from not sticking up for myself for all those years. And it's clearing, and it's clearing, and it's clearing. But the beautiful thing is, we're all in this together. We're all healing at our own pace. And where you are is perfect and evolving, because we're always changing. If you're working on yourself, you're always changing, you're always growing. And you'll notice that, because how many of you can look back to 2 weeks ago and say, oh my gosh, I'm different. I'm thinking different. I'm less bothered by that person. I'm less bothered by the look of my bank account. I'm less bothered by this, irritating thing that used to irritate me. It's not so irritating anymore. Or this relationship I'm in used to really get under my skin. Now I see it for the learning lesson it is. Or that pattern of behavior that keeps coming up, well, it's not because I'm doing anything wrong. I'm testing myself because I am actually now seeing this pattern of behavior, this same type of circumstance that keeps coming up, and saying, wow, I'm different. I'm not reacting to it. I'm not getting frustrated through it. I'm looking at this through a different set of eyes. So as I test myself, I am different. So a lot of people, and I was the same, would say, if this experience is coming yet again and yet again, I must be doing something wrong. Why do we always go to, I must be doing something wrong? Change that. I must be doing something really right. And that is why I am being tested. What I find this week, and there's themes, it's really interesting. And I guess there are themes that I'm having because it's showing me something new. So right now the theme is a lot of clients' shadow sides coming up and making them think that, hey, this healing I'm doing is not working. It's actually making it worse. And I giggle because that is a side effect of moving forward in a positive way. We all have a shadow side. And the shadow side of you is going to talk you out of anything good. The reason that is because as your light quotient, so as you're healing layer by layer by layer, your light quotient is increasing. As your light quotient is increasing, the interference in our very, very intensive, extensive energy field is getting bothered. It's rattling. It's rattling up there. It's getting upset. It does not like your light. It likes when you are dimmer and heavier and sad and depressed and angry and frustrated. It's very happy in that field. So as you start to clear out the heaviness, bring in the light, and doing that, it's starting to come to the surface and it doesn't like it. So I hear it in my left ear, or I hear it I get it from this side. Don't do that meditation. Stop this. Don't do this. Don't do this. It's bad for you. I always think, wow, I'm onto something really good right now, because as I'm reading this book or I'm doing this meditation, I'm getting this resistance telling me to stop. It doesn't like it. And I'm going to say, that's good. I'm going to keep going because I am kind of pissing it off or unraveling it or bringing it to the surface. So for those of you who have something really good in your life, and it could be going to the gym. Oh, I'm going to the gym. You know those people who go to the gym, they get so excited they want to tell the world, or someone on Weight Watchers and they're eating healthy and they're changing the way they're looking at life and they're telling everybody, I'm doing this, I'm feeling great. And then 3 weeks later, you ask them, like, what happened? You're on such this high. What happened? Oh, my body got sick. I couldn't go to the gym. I was getting headaches. Of course you did. Because that part of you that doesn't want to move forward, doesn't want to lose control of you, is going to give you symptoms of sickness, of body aches, of headaches, to stop you or give you thoughts. You have something better to do. You don't have time to go to the gym. You don't have time to make a big salad. You don't have time to do a meditation. You don't have time to read a book. You need to do this, 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 and this. And then what happens? You lose your awareness. You go back into the habitual thinking. And then you kind of lose yourself. So many people will say, hey, Brenda, I'm back. Oh, well, where were you? I was in depression, or I was in my head for the last 3 weeks and I'm back. And I think, oh, wow, I remember I used to do that too. 3 weeks, I couldn't even tell. I mean, I know I was being a mom. I know I was going to work. I know I was going here, and I was knowing, but was I really living? Was I really aware? No, I was just surviving. I was in survival mode just to get up in the morning and do what I need to do. It gets easier. The trick, and this is why we teach meditation. Now, for those of you who do not know how to meditate. And why is meditation so important? It's because it brings awareness. It brings you aware in the present moment. It opens up a connection between you and your higher self. Praying to God is beautiful, and I pray to God all the time. I love praying. But why I love to meditate, and I just add it in. I don't tell people stop praying. Do your things that you do. You're just adding something new. You want to learn to meditate because you're opening up a connection to your higher self. What is your higher self there for? To guide you. Your higher self is what is seeing the future. Your higher self is guiding you to the next step because it knows the call of your heart. So you don't have to keep asking, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Your higher self knows what you want. There is this path. You're on this train. You bought a ticket. It's taking you along. And you just have to go for the ride and listen to your higher self. The thing is, and a lot of metaphysics out there will teach you, you need to create. Your mind has to do this. It's nice that you're on the same page of creating with your mind of what you want and what you need. That's nice, but a lot of the times what we want isn't what we need. Your higher self knows what you need. So as you start to connect with your higher self and you feel that inspiration, that love for yourself, that calmness, that peace, you're going to start to listen better. So now I'm walking through life listening to my higher self. There's a big pothole, and I go around the pothole, and I go around that pot, and life gets easier. Slowly but surely, life gets easier. Now, I have free will. I can shut that connection off, I can dampen it, I can ignore it, and I can fall, if I want to, in that hole, which I have done many, many times. And it's like, Brenda, if you want to work, if you want to live that way, if you want to learn that way, and make it very difficult on yourself, go ahead. It's your free will. So they follow you out of the hole, you follow your life again, you fall into another hole. I was one of those stubborn ones that fell into the hole, fell into the hole, fell into the hole. And then it just clicked. Why am I struggling? The 3D personality self really doesn't know what's coming in the future. My 3D higher self knows how to interpret my experiences. Doesn't know the future. So now I surrender. And it's not surrendering to my I'm not surrendering my free will. My free will is my higher self listening to the call of my heart. So I say, yeah, I'm going to follow that intuition. And when you start to do things like this, calls or read books or meditate, what you're going to notice is you're going to have more coincidences and synchronicities. And it's really cool. If you start writing them down, it's like, oh my God, you won't believe what happened. I was in meditation and I've got this like impulse to go here. I met this great person that led to here, 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 here. And all of a sudden, 5 breadcrumbs later, I'm here because I listened to that call of my higher self. I listened to that call of my heart. Isn't that neat? So why do we struggle? It's because we are buying into this 3D world where we need to create our reality, we need to do this, we need to do that. Really what we need to do is heal. We need to let go of the darkness, bring in the light, let go of the darkness, reconnect with ourselves, and know that you're magnificent, know that you're powerful. We're not making you powerful, we're not making you magnificent. You already are. You're a divine being. What we're doing in these types of calls, or when you're working on yourself, you're releasing the interference so your authentic self can really shine through. And how many people can feel that? Like, how many people now can say, I know what inspiration feels like. I know what it feels like to be so connected. It's exciting. And then when you fall out of that connection, it really sucks because you know now what it feels like to be in that power, in that connection. So at least you have something to strive through. There are some people out there that have never really felt it, don't remember it, so they don't really know what they're striving for. And then when they kind of lose that, like, you know, they're back in that whole thing, they don't really miss it because that's kind of all they know. So there are people out there that are living life. and they're living life and they're living life and they're living life and they're living life, but they don't really create, they don't have coincidences, they don't have synchronicity. Not everyone does. It is people who take charge of their life, who have had that awakening, say, who am I? What am I? I want to learn more. All of a sudden, you start bumping into people who are more spiritual. You're starting to find books. All of a sudden, your YouTube comes on and, oh my gosh, there's this. Wow, this is so exciting. And that leads to something else, leads to something else. That's you co-creating a better life for yourself. And you are on the right track, exactly where you are. Go at your own pace. Just be aware that this shadow side of us, we all have it, nothing to be embarrassed about, doesn't really want you to change. So even though it's a positive change, it's going to try to pull you back by using whatever tactics it can. But this is where your awareness, that connection to you, is so important, because when I am about to do something, I will get a headache. I will get distracted. All of a sudden my phone's blowing up, some client's having an issue, something's going on, because I'm trying to get to there and I'm getting pulled in every direction. Well, sometimes I need to take a deep breath and know that the interference is going to try to stop me because I'm on to something really, really great. And then I take a deep breath. How do you reconnect when there's so much stuff going on around us? Breathing, I know there's so many courses out there for breath work. Why? Because people forgot how to breathe. I was one of those. How many out there shallow breathe or hold their breath when they're stressed, and even just do it without even knowing? Pay attention to your breath. It's very basic. I remember, and I said this story before, I was working, I was in project mode, I was very busy, mother running around. Some guy cuts me off on the highway, and his license plate says breathe. All of a sudden, I took this breath. I was a little bit pissed off because he cut me off. But now I'm thankful he did cut me off, because his license plate breathe. And I took this breath, and that was the very first time I realized I wasn't even breathing. I was holding my breath. I was in flight mode, fight or flight mode all the time. Breathing was so important, and that is when I started to be more mindful to breathe. So I do my best to breathe and not hold my breath, and then take those deep breaths, because that love, this universal energy, is in this beautiful air. Breathe it in deeply into every cell. Now when I drink water, I'm so sensitive, I can feel the water go in every cell. It's really cool. Actually, I'm starting to feel my food dissipate. It's really neat as well. But now I can feel the breath and every cell saying, thank you, I'm breathing. It's really quite neat, because we are energetic beings. The more work you do, the more in tune you get into this beautiful body that is with you, because it wants to be with you. Every cell of your body is a living, conscious thing. It's there because it loves you. So you want to start a relationship with your body. It was cute. My daughter wasn't feeling so good last week, so she was home with me. And we were doing exercises to love her body. And, laughter helps too, right? So I'm saying, what I say with the love our body? I go, let's love our body. So I'm grabbing our arms, and we're kissing our arms, and we're kissing our fingers, and we're kissing our elbows. And we're saying, thank you, body, for being here. Thank you, cells, for being a part of me. This is a gift from Mother Earth to be on this earth with this body. It's so exciting. And every cell of my body, every cell of your body is here because it wants to be. When your mind takes control of this body, instead of just letting things come at it, and say, I'm alert now, I'm awake, I consciously love you, and we're going to get through whatever we have, every cell goes, oh my gosh, she woke up. I don't think there's a day that goes by where I don't thank my body. I've been sick. I've had severe kidney pain that I thought I just would never get over. I understand what is to have a hurting body. And all you want to think about when you're hurting is your hurting body. And we focus on it, and it grows, and it gets bigger, and it gets bigger. You want to ignore it. I know it's hard, trust me. You want to ignore it and say, body, I love you so much, but you know what? I know what it feels like to feel good. And if you don't know what it feels like to feel good, watch someone on a movie that feels good. And I want to feel like that person. They're running and playing, and that's what I want my body to be. And you focus on that and send love to yourself and your body as it starts to heal. If you have something wrong with your right arm, you ask your right arm, look at your left arm, copy it, it knows what to do. Or you have something wrong with your right eye, ask it to look at your left eye. You can ask your etheric body, I think it's your etheric body looking at your etheric body, because that is the actual perfectness of yourself. There are so many different things you can do to talk to that body. Take control of it. Take control of your life. Take control of your thoughts. Because psychological balance is key. That is when your physical body will start to heal. Your finances will start to heal. Your relationships will start to heal. The psychological mind, if it has chaos in the back, if it has self-doubt, lack of self-love, bad patterning, bad behaviors, sabotage, whatever it is, when it's all playing in the background, traumas are playing in the background, when all that's going on, what's happening is it's causing chaos, which is showing up in your reality, it's showing up in your body. So some people get very frustrated because they have this pattern of behavior that keeps coming up, keeps coming up, keeps coming up. I had a pattern of behavior that I was aware of for 22 years. And I kept saying, oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. So I kept trying to do the same thing to try to fix it. I then just surrendered and said, you know what? I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I surrender, because whatever I'm doing is not working, because I keep getting the same thing, and it wasn't changing. So I said, show me in a different way that I can understand, what am I doing wrong here? And it was just revealed to me so blatantly. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so off track. Our 3D personalities may not understand the issues we're having. Sometimes you need to ask your higher self, what am I missing? Now, if you are lucky enough to have the wise child in your life, or the wise partner, or the wise friend who can give it to you straight and say, well, I know what your problem is. This, and this. And it hurts. They're on to something. Because I'm laughing because I said this in another one. So I'm going to be very careful how I word it in this one. When we're breaking a pattern of thought, it's going to hurt. So when I'm pretty tough, I like someone to be very straight with me. It's because I'm stubborn, so I need someone to be really straight with me. If they notice I'm in a pattern of behavior, I'm pretty aware, but sometimes I don't know how to break something. So when somebody is really jabbing you with something, and it's really bothering, like your ego's flaring up. No, I know what I'm doing. No, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. You know that you just want to fight them because you know what you're doing? Let them go at you, because that person is doing it out of love most likely, and they're trying to help you break it. And once it starts to break and you start to have tears, that's usually a sign that you're letting that old pattern energy run through you, and you're starting to crack it open. Sometimes it might take 20 people to say the same thing over, until you have that little bit of a crack. It's almost like the jar. You have a jar that you can't open, and everyone's trying to open, and no one can open it. And all of a sudden, this person, pop, opens up. Oh, look what I did. And then, like, wow. All those people who were doing that added to loosening it. So if you think about, someone gives you a message, then this message comes this way, and a message comes this way, and it's irritating every time somebody says the same thing to you. You know, you're too this, you're too this, you're too this, you're too this, you're too nice, you don't think of it, you know, it's really irritating. And then somebody says it, and you just, and you want to cry, because that negative energy is starting to break. And how many people have to say it? If you're stubborn like me, maybe 200. Maybe you're not stubborn. You might get it after, 5 times. We're all different. Some of our deeply rooted patterns of behavior are so deeply rooted because they come from lifetime and their karmic loops and their karmic lessons. And these patterns, the ones that really hurt when they break, are usually from karma or contracts that you came to learn. So one of mine was learn self-love. One of the hardest things I had to learn. 15 years of working on myself, and I can say, I get it. I get it for the very first time. And there are still some people in my life where it's harder to be that tougher person, but at least I know I'm doing it. I'm aware of it. I'm practicing. It's so neat when you come to the other side of a pattern. Sometimes it could be an emotional eating. Like, so how many people emotionally eat? Like sometimes you're just sitting there with a bag of potato chips and you're like, who ate all those potato chips? And then you find out it was you. It's like, what? Yeah. If your kid could take a video of you eating all those potato chips and then play it back and you're like, oh, I did that. I don't even remember, because you're not all there. You're doing something. Or perhaps somebody says, like when you're angry or out, you might say something to your partner. And they'll say, why would you say that to me? Oh, I would never say that to you. You ever get that one? Oh, I would never say that to you. But then record them. And they say, well, you said it. Oh my God, that was me. That's them in their unconscious mode, in their pattern. And once it's kind of brought to the forefront, I have this pattern. It's no longer a pattern. Now it's more of a choice. Now it's your choice to learn to break it or work to break it. And they don't break overnight. So be kind to yourself and compassionate to yourself. But you do want to work on slowly releasing them little by little at your own pace, and love yourself during the process, because it's not the easiest thing to be human. This duality is pretty tricky. But when we make those little shifts, really honor yourself, really notice them, notice those subtle changes, because a lot of changes happen in the quantum field, right? We're working in the quantum, but they trickle into the 3D world. And when they come into your reality, and it's a small little change, oh my gosh, that person who usually gets under my skin is not under my skin. I usually get pulled in that drama. I'm not pulled in the drama. I went in the kitchen and made a healthy choice instead of the potato chips. Give yourself a pat on the back. That is huge. It is huge. All right. So take the small wins and they get bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're going to end the talk. And I never know what we're going to talk about. And I think that sounded like it came to an end. And hopefully it made sense. And I always re-listen to it afterwards to say, oh yeah, it wasn't so bad. All right, everyone. Let's get into the fun part. The healing part. When we do this, I have a lot of people saying they get very uncomfortable with the energy and they have to actually shut it off. Actually, somebody actually said when this part comes on, they have to leave and throw up. Now, I'm going to take that as a compliment. I know you're saying, why would you take that as a compliment? When we are healing and we're releasing this negative energy, the negative energy has a consciousness, doesn't want you to release it. So it might leave in different ways, and it's nothing to be scared about. Because as that negativity is leaving, something so beautiful is happening. This beautiful light energy. It's intelligent, it's loving, it knows exactly what is taking its place. It's bringing you peace and calm and balance. Breathe it in. Love it in. Love it, love it, love it. So while we do this, you're going to breathe at your own pace. Take deep breaths and know. And you can say something. I always start these calls. I sit quietly and I start an intention. Actually, I start usually intentions during the day, because I usually say, may the best words come out of my mouth. May the people who need to hear this hear this. And I know 100% that everyone on the call anyone watching the call later, we're all protected. We're in these beautiful bubbles or octahedrons of love. Any negative energy that's leaving is leaving the earth plane. It's completely safe because, A, we're only working with beings coming from true source, supreme source, that powerful divinity. So there's no interference. And your higher self is in charge. Your higher self is saying, okay, so-and-so can only handle this much. This is what's going to release today. This person's going to handle this much. So that's why we get varying degrees of people healing. Sometimes we have miraculous healings happening. Sometimes, hey, I slept better, and that's what they felt. Some people feel like, you know what? I feel a little clearer in my head today. We're all very different. So you take the healing for what you can handle. You allow it. So you want to go into the receiving mode, because as we all start to send out this loving energy, it's very easy to send out energy. What's the hard part is to receive it, because a lot of people on these calls don't know how to receive. We know how to give, but we don't know how to receive. And that's what we're learning. We're chipping away at the resistance to our self-love and breaking patterns of lack of love. And as they break, we allow more to come in. So if you're attending these calls often, you're going to notice you're absorbing more love. You're having bigger shifts because we're breaking that resistance that says, I don't deserve it. I'm not going to allow it in. Because you do deserve it, and you are going to allow it in, but you're going to allow it in at your own pace, and whatever pace that is perfect for you. So I'm going to start the music, and I'm just looking at the chat here. A lot of faces that I recognize, some I haven't seen in a while. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we're going to send another special intention to Pell. He's fighting in his coma. And, you know, I keep Pell in my mind all the time. If you have special intentions, you can write them in the chat. And, you know, I have actually quite a few that people have brought to my attention, and some that I know personally. So I'm always sending out this energy to those people, to my clients, to my family and friends and things, and then we send it out to the world, and anyone and anything, even though we don't know them, we're all connected. So we'll get the music. I'll stop talking. All right. And please let me know if there's a good balance. I noticed there was a problem with something today, but I resolved it, so we should be able to hear the music okay. I'm getting better at this stuff. All right. Oh, hello, hello. Okay, so if you can tell me if the balance in music and my voice is good, and if it is, we will start. We have about 25 minutes of solid energy, although it's already starting, and you can feel it filling up our cells, and wow. Okay, we're good? Too loud? Maybe you can't even hear me. All right. I'm waiting. Beautiful, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. All right. And hello to everyone in the chat and anyone else joining. Whether you're doing this live or in the future, these beings of light that are coming through know exactly who you are and what you need. So allow the healing. Allow it, allow it, allow it. I say yes. I say yes to my healing. I say yes to the light. I say yes to the ascension process. I'm coming back home. I say yes to unity. These are all very, very powerful things you can say to bring you back closer to this magnificent, authentic self that you are, releasing that resistance. Let's let it go. All right, allowing deep breaths. You can be either laying down, sitting down. My suggestion is close your eyes. If my voice bothers you, if the music bothers you, turn it off. It's the energy that we're really focusing on here. That energy is surrounding you right now. You're in your own octahedron of love. You have beings of light that are working directly with you. Your higher self is in charge, so you can relax, knowing that anything that is being done is for your highest good. Breathing in that energy. If you have a special request for your own healing, it's an emotional issue, a mental issue, a physical, you can say it. You don't have to. These beings of light know exactly, but some people really like to say it because it makes them feel like, okay, I said it. They know. And just trust, know, and believe that they're on it. You are loved beyond measure. It is the intention of these beautiful beings of light that you know your magnificence, and they are going to work on you at a level you can handle. They can't go too fast because it's actually not safe. They are doing it at a level that is safe, so you feel energized, you feel more connected, and it's a gradual thing. So you want to be okay with where you're at. You want to know where you're at is perfect and evolving. I know a lot of us get frustrated. I want to be here. I want to be better. You're getting better. Beautiful things are happening in your quantum field. It may take a while to see it in your physical reality, but know that it's being taken care of at a pace you can handle. You're breathing in that beautiful, loving air into every cell. It's all excited right now because they're getting a nice healing right now. As we're breathing out negativity and tension, you may want to get comfortable. You can move around. If you find something kind of like stuck, just move that area around. Let that energy move in. You can even tap the area if you want. Allowing that stuck energy to move. Sometimes I just start moving my body in weird ways, and if everyone was watching, they'd be like, what is she doing? But I'm just letting it go. And really, I stopped caring what people think, but you're in the privacy of your home. Move that body. Cry if you need to cry. It's just breaking of energy. Laugh if you need to laugh. Yawn if you need to yawn. Move if you need to move. Burp if you need to burp. Just let it. So as this beautiful energy is working on you, they're balancing your chakras and unknotting your meridian systems and clearing your auric field and your biofield. There's so many things happening at once. Some people report feeling many different hands on them. Personally, I love that feeling. But if it's a feeling that you're new to, just breathe it in, relax. These are beings of light that love you so much. And they're working all together to do what you need at this time. Just loving the feeling, being thankful and grateful. And as emotions might come up, you don't have to understand where they're from, what they're from. Just acknowledge them. Say, I'm ready to let that go. I'm ready to go back home. I'm ready to forgive others and myself. I'm ready to reconnect with me. I'm ready to know my magnificence, and I give permission to know my magnificence. We could baste in this energy all day. It's getting more intense. Some of you might be feeling tingling sensations, warmth, seeing colors. We're all very different. And if you're not seeing anything, not to worry. The energy's still working. We're all just very different in our sensitivities. Your experience is perfect for you. You might notice more calmness coming through your body, more peace moving through your entire system. You don't have to understand what's going on, just allow it. Breathe in that beautiful light. Allowing those deep breaths, that relaxation. Now for some of you might be already drifting away. You don't have to hear my voice. You don't have to hear the music. You're drifting off, getting out of the way so they can do their work with less resistance. There's great healings going on here. Now at this time, as this healing is continuing, you may want to bring in special intentions for those that you might be concerned about or worried about. You don't have to say why. These beings of light already know. But you can send and intend this energy to surround those people you care about at this time. Of course, we cannot force this energy, but if their higher selves can absorb it, take it, use it, they will. Just take a few minutes now. You can tend it to a person, a group of people, pets. There are no boundaries. They can be overseas. You can almost feel that beautiful energy leaving, surrounding them, encompassing them. So beautiful, knowing that they're getting exactly what they need. But in the meantime, this healing's happening on you, completely independent. And that will continue until you've got everything you need. So just allow that healing to continue for yourself. Stay in that receiving mode while sending out those intentions. Some call this compassionate action. Sometimes we don't feel like we can do enough, but you are doing tremendous amounts right now. Sending out beams of light to those who need it. And now those special intentions are getting what they need at this time. We're going to start bringing this loving, beautiful energy into your home. It's being made available to everyone in your home, whether attending the call or not. Again, just being made available. It's up to their higher selves to accept it. But I can assure you, if you have pets at home, they're very opening, they're accepting this energy. So your pets are being bathed in it. Your family and friends, if they're there, are being bathed in it. And your home is getting this beautiful energy. It's kind of weaving through the home, replacing any dark, dense energies with love and light. Removing the energy of arguments or sadness and replacing them with hope and peace and compassion. You can say this house is full of love, joy, and harmony. We laugh together, we live together. Remember those fun times and infuse that love into the home. There's a lot of healing happening today. The energies on this planet are getting stronger, promoting more peace and love and healing. We're just now bathing in this beautiful energy. It's like we're floating in the galaxies of stars and love and light, and wow. You don't have to understand it, just accepting it and allowing it. The intensity of this healing energy is intensifying. It is stimulating our innate smart system. Our immune system is kicking in to the highest potential and bringing healing in any circumstances needed. You're going to notice those worries of today are just melting away and being replaced by thoughts of peace and love and joy and clarity. Any problems or situations you're having, just leave it. Ask for a solution, and then be open to a magnificent solution. You might be having old memories come up. Just acknowledge them and release them. You don't need them anymore. Releasing traumas, correcting past lives. There might be memories coming up. You don't even remember where they're coming up from. Just honor them, acknowledge them, and say, I'm ready to release them. The beauty of healing is not done by the 3D mind. It's just handing it over. Handing it over to your higher self and these beings of light. And let them do whatever's needed to release you from it. Clear it away. Release it. Transmute it. Dissolve it. Whatever's appropriate. And as this beautiful energy is intensifying even more, we're getting ready to send this out to Mother Earth, all of humanity, and beyond. Your personal healing's continuing. Your intentions are getting what they need. Your home is getting what it needs. There's this beautiful, powerful, loving energy doing whatever's needed at this time. You can feel it. You can feel that peace, that clarity. You're in that deserving mode, that acceptance mode. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to feel great. And they're going to move you up as high as you can handle. Remember, healing is gradual, so be patient. Some of you have those 180 shifts. We're all different. Never compare yourself to anyone else. Your journey is your journey. You're a unique, beautiful being of light. And the experiences you need to learn are going to come at you when you're ready. And you're going to experience them and learn and grow from them. As best you can. Now we're going to intend this beautiful energy. It starts to weave through, around, within Mother Earth. All the different landscapes, from the mountains to the oceans, from the farmlands to the cities. You can just imagine it in any way that makes you comfortable. It's this beautiful, light, intelligent and loving, touching the hearts of so many. It's being made available to the lightest places on earth and to the darkest places on earth, because we're all one. And it is this light, this love, that dissolves the darkness, bringing in the light where it's needed the most. Touching the hearts of those we don't know, as those we know. It is our intention that every person on this earth knows how magnificent they are, knows how loved they are. Wouldn't it be nice if everybody knew their magnificence? Everyone understood all this? There'd be so much more love and peace and compassion. But being compassionate that there is a process and that people need to wake up and they're on their own journey. We have to understand that. But we can hold the light for those that can't. This intense energy is just flowing so beautifully. It's breaking any interference, anything that might be blocked in your healing journey. We're bringing extra love to those issues so they start to dissolve and break. Allowing this beautiful energy to weave through Mother Earth for every water molecule on the planet, every air molecule, all the plants and the animals and marine life and the humans, and all the elementals and things we might not understand. We're all basting in this beautiful, loving energy. With this intensity of light, you can feel it running through your body. I'm allowing the healing healing to continue. It feels so good, actually. I'm ready to raise my vibration, my light quotient. I'm ready to hold the light for those who can't. And you're going to be holding that light well beyond this meditation. You are a magnificent being of light. You're getting the perfect healing for you at this time. And this beautiful wave of energy that is being sent, it is now moving into the universe and the galaxies and the multiverse. You almost can see the stars and it weaving through the stars. I love looking at the stars. It brings me so much peace and joy, and just imagining this beautiful energy touching the hearts of so many. This massive healing on this planet, of Mother Earth, of humanity, and all other beings that are in this with us. We'll send out the love to these beings of light that are loving us so much. Sending out appreciation and thanks to them for allowing this beautiful healing to take place today. Sending thanks and appreciation to everyone who's taking part in this, live or on the replay. We're all included. And to be honest, if I wasn't running a call right now, I think I'd be drifting into this energy. I would lose track of time and be gone for the next hour or two. Where we're coming to a close of the call. Although I don't want to end it, it feels so good. The energy, for those who want to stay in it, you're welcome to just baste in the energy, allowing it to do whatever's needed. Just because this meditation, healing is coming to an end, doesn't mean it stops. It does not stop. You're going to get a healing for days to come. Drink lots of water, releasing those toxins. And keep imagining this beautiful light weaving through Mother Earth and all of humanity, because that's exactly what it's going to do. Taking a deep breath, allowing that beautiful energy to go into every cell, anchoring yourself. I'm going to slowly bring us back for those who are ready to come back. Those who want to stay in the energy, you can even shut this off and just baste in the energy. I'm going to slowly turn off the music. If you want to come back, start to wiggle your fingers and toes, move your body, come back into your body. Taking those deep breaths. Feeling your surroundings. In just a minute, I'm going to bring out that singing bowl. For those who love the singing bowl, welcome to stay and enjoy it. For those who want to stay in the meditation, you're welcome to just turn this off. Enjoy the love. Enjoy the weaving. That beautiful feeling. I've just come back myself and I could have stayed there. Wow, very intense. That was very, very intense. Whew. Beautiful. Drink some water. Oh, actually, I read that wrong, Amanda. It says Pal is fighting. He's out of his coma. Beautiful. All right. Well, he got lots of love today. We sent lots of prayers. Hopefully, we'll hear some good news in the next few days. And for any of those special intentions, you may want to check on them in the next day or so and ask them how they're doing. They may have a really nice turnaround in the way they're feeling, whether it's more peace in their heart or physical improvement. We want to be thankful for anything that's better. All right, I'm going to bring out this singing bowl. All right, here we go, everyone. For those of you who can hear the tones, that is a different bowl. That one is the throat chakra, which I think is a G note. The heart one's the F, and that's upstairs. So I grabbed the other one. I was doing all the rooms today. So it just gives them a nice refresh. So everyone, thank you so much for joining the call. That was beautiful. I really could have stayed in that one. One day, I'm just going to drift away during a call and come back 3 hours later and everybody will be gone. And I'll be, oh yeah, I was supposed to be here. Yeah, that almost came close today. I think that talking helps me stay here. So thank you again for coming. We'll see you next Tuesday. This is on replay if you want to watch it again. And for those of you who watch it again, I know there's some people that watch the replays, you do get healing again. The next layer comes up. And whatever's ready to release will release, all right? We can't force it, but we can definitely work through our layers as we're meant to. So thank you, everyone. It's nice to see some familiar faces and some new faces back. I know Katya's in the UK, so you're up pretty late. So get some sleep, everyone. And we'll see you next week. All right, everyone. Have a good one. Night-night.